Today we will be looking at the 1/6 scale Tarman figure from Trick or Treat Studios. Right off the bat, we're going to see the face looks really good. I really dig the details on this figure. The paint's not that great, but the gloss looks really nice. It looks pretty good there, with the back of the head looking really shiny. The back of the figure, you see some good detailing, but the paint's just kind of lacking. The glossiness really does give it a wet effect if you've seen the movie, which you should. It translates really well. He looks gory, goopy, and gross. As we move to the chest of the figure, the paint's just not there on the chest. I don't like it. The hands, the paint's not looking that great, but the detailing's there. And then this is where it gets a little weird as we move towards the bottom of the figure. There's a weird leathery material that's used for the legs. It's a little weird, especially with the articulation. As we move down the legs, you can kind of see it. And the sculpt's on it's pretty good, but the paint's just flat. There's a shot of the feet. It looks alright. And there's also these bits that are hanging off of them. They're like glued on fabric. I've had a couple of them fall off. It's a really weird decision that they made there. But as we can see, the detailing's really good. I am impressed with the detailing on this figure. Here's one of the accessories. The brain looks really good, nicely painted. And here's the alternate head with the hinged jaw. Looks really good. But all in all, for that, I mean, this is the preferred head for me. To be completely honest with you, the sculpt's great. The paint's lacking. The gloss effect does work. I don't know what they're doing with the strips of fabric glued onto the figure, and the pants is a weird material. It's kind of a mixed bag there. Alright, so we're moving over to articulation. So, to start out with, the head is on a ball joint and the mouth is on a hinge. The mouth barely opens on this head. It's really weird, but you can get some good range of movement. The arms are on a swivel hinge. It's very limited on what you could do with this figure. The articulation is the elbow bends not that far. The hand is on a very loose swivel hinge. And we take a look at the waist here. The waist is on what seems to be a ball joint. It's really stiff. I don't recommend using it like excessively because you'll tear that weird fabric that it's on. And one thing that does anger me is this figure did not come with a stand. But we can get into that later towards the end. So the figure at the hip has some kind of a ball joint. The knee is a hinge. It's very limited because of the material used. And then the foot is on a ball joint. But that's the articulation for the figure. The accessory has a hinged jaw, which is really nice. It's better than the head that's actually on it, but I prefer that head that's on the figure that I have right now. All in all, the articulation of this figure is very limited. The paint isn't quite there. The sculpt is fantastic, and the gloss works for this figure really well. The weird bits that are coming off of him that are glued on, I get what they were going for, but it doesn't quite work. The weird material, the nylon almost material of the pants feels cheap. And there's no stand included with this figure. I had to use a Mezco Dawn of the Dead stand. That is a big red flag. This figure will not stand. So we're talking, this figure's between $150 and $180. It's a 1/6 scale. I'd have to give it definitely a 2 out of 5. I can't recommend this figure at the price point. It just doesn't stick the landing. But anyways, if you like what you see here and you want to see some more, click the like button, subscribe, follow, whatever. Hit that bell and go away.